Well, as you can clearly see, I don't have a whole lot of progress on my project here. It's been raining practically every day, and when it rains pretty hard. Today's probably going to be no exception. Looks like it's getting ready to rain, but yeah, nice looking pile of trash there, huh? That came off the deck. And the cables will have to be extended. I mentioned that before. What I'm left with now is that other box, which since this video I've already taken that off, and the two back railings are off. The only thing left on deck is the chair and that console, which I'm going to also remove and start laying out the box. I mean the shack itself, which is going to be about 8 by 12, I believe. So we're going to take the project up from here. Well, as luck would have it, as you can see, it's raining. Just what I expected. Actually, a lot sooner than I thought. So I've moved back into the garage to stay dry and keep the camera dry. And well, I think I'll continue to talk at you just a little bit about all of this. Okay, so let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Put a little bit of damper, pun intended, on the work I had planned today, and the rain will increase, it'll get worse. I've tucked a little bit further back into my garage so that I can film without, I mean, it was even splashing on my feet. It was raining pretty hard, so just a quick look. Got the railings down, they're leaning up against the truck there. Raining pretty good. And we'll talk a little bit about pontoons and shanty shacks and pontoon boats and so on. The variety is unbelievable of just how many. Just do a Google search on let's see, I don't know, shanty shacks, or, well, shanty shacks will show you shacks people live in, but if you do riverboat shanty shacks, you'll get a huge variety of images of all types. And I'll show you a few of them here. We've got basically they could just be on a float. They could be on a set of pontoons, like this one here, similar to what I'm getting ready to do. This one looks like it's in the winter. This one here is a scow type of a bow that they put together, a hull. Same thing here. This is a really old timey one. Looks like this family's living on this one full time. And here's another one built on a set of pontoons. Looks like basically a metal shack. They just slapped it on top of there. And if you look on the internet, you'll see many, many plans that are available to study. You can buy a set of plans. You can see now it's raining pretty good. You can buy a set of plans online and build what they've shown you. Or you can just go with your own, like I am, just kind of winging it and building what I think is going to be comfortable and go with that. Now, some of them, if they have no motor, they're just on a float, or their bow is just basically a big empty box. They have to be moved. You have to have an auxiliary boat of some kind to move it. If you need to move it, push it or pull it or what have you. Otherwise, you can put an engine on the back, like the couple that you see there and that I had, and you know, you move it on your own. Most of the time, when you've got a larger engine like mine, you plan on doing a lot of moving, a lot of boating. So you know, that's the reason for that. Otherwise, if you're just going to live on like a houseboat, there's really no need to have a full-time motor. They tend to sit too long. They get corroded, you know, just sitting in the water, and you know, it's harder for a motor to just sit still than it is for you to just go ahead and use it. So meanwhile, now you can see the water coming down. It's really coming down. You may be wondering why you don't hear it. That's because this idiot has a brand new microphone that he hooked up to the camera, and didn't realize it had to be turned on. And I put the battery in it, so I should have known that it required power. So I had to do a voiceover on all of this because I just totally forgot about having to turn it on, and you don't hear it just as well. The rain was pretty loud. I'd probably be having to scream over the volume, you know, just to be heard, or there'd be so much noise it'd be hard to comprehend what I'm saying. So anyway, I want to keep this kind of short. I just want to keep people updated on this, and unfortunately we've had, like I said, a lot of rain. It's making it very difficult for me to continue. I do as much as I can, and I'm a bit lazy early in the morning, so I don't get out too early to do anything, but In the afternoons, I could really tackle it. Now you can see some rain coming down. I mean, it's cats and dogs now. And, well, maybe it's washing my deck off. I won't have to do too much brushing or whatever it takes to get all that stuff off. But basically, I've already removed the two back rails you're seeing. I've removed the box. The plywood portion of the helm steering station is off the boat, but it's still cabled up to it. So I have to somehow it's gotten strung through that rear railing, and I can't get it out. So I'm going to have to disconnect the cables and pull them through. But again, you can see this rain's really coming down. So it looks like that's going to be it for today, and I will keep you in touch. Just please follow along, please subscribe, give me some comments, anything. I'm sure somebody out there's got some pretty good advice as to what to do. I do have a couple of concerns. Let me go ahead and cover those real quick. Both pontoons are dented a little bit. You can almost see it on the left one. In the rear, it's kind of flattened a little bit, and it's also got it on the right side flattened a little bit. I don't think that's going to cause any problems. I don't see any cracks. I don't see any holes. I'm a little concerned about how tight these pontoons are on this trailer. I don't think this trailer was originally made for this. Maybe the newer pontoons are further apart. I don't know. But this is right up tight against the pontoons. So I'm looking like I'm going to have to try to get this off of this trailer and separate the trailer and the pontoons so that I can do a pressure test on the pontoons and make sure that they are bone dry and they don't have any cracks or slow leaks, because nothing worse than for me to start on the trip and have these things start to absorb water. So that wouldn't make any sense to even take the trip. Plus the weight. But now, I think I mentioned before, it's a 3,000 pound capacity boat, and they recommend a 40 horsepower, but if it was a 4-stroke, the 40 horsepower would be too heavy. Heavier than what I've got on there now, which is only a 50. But the house will be definitely about, I think it's like 7 foot 10 inches on the inside, and 8 foot on the outside. So it's maybe an 8 by 12. Gives me a good size, like a 3 or 4 foot deck in the back and a 4 foot deck up front. So that's more than enough to put chairs or be able to maneuver around and do some deck work, if take lines on and off and tie up and so on. So hopefully, because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time in the cabin all the time. If I don't want, I'd rather be outdoors. So it's going to be hopefully conducive to that. The battery's not there anymore. The trays have been removed. I think the only thing hanging on the stern now is all the cabling and the motor. Everything else is, the chair is still on board. But so anyway, I'll keep you in touch with this, and we'll continue on. Looks like the rain is beginning to slow down a little bit. I can maybe run into I have a basement entryway here that I can run into to save from having to get my camera gear wet, which really is a terrible thing. So again, please subscribe, give me some comments, like for me, go ahead and let me know something. Let me know what you think. All right, till next time, take care. Bye bye.